Good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing? For those of you guys watching, for those of the tiny number of you watching on Twitch, I am actually going to be doing War Thunder tonight. Not actually doing Sturmovik. Seeing as almost nobody watched it yesterday, and well, frankly, I played a little bit more of it today, and I wasn't really happy with the way the campaign progressed. So, if I do more, I'll do Sturmovik. It'll probably be under a different campaign. But, oh well. What happened to Steel Beasts? If I'm going to do Steel Beasts, I think what I've decided I'm going to do is I'm going to be doing it with people who know Steel Beasts a lot better than I do. So, ideally what I'd like to do is get somebody like Maximus in. I'd also like to get some people like Panther Al to pick up Steel Beasts, because who better to go riding in an M1 Abrams with than a guy who's seen combat with it and knows the weapon system way better than pretty much anybody else. So for now, that's where I've kind of how should I put it? Relegated Steel Beasts. I'm not saying I will never do content on it, but I'm saying that it will not be a very common sight on this channel. Frankly, there just isn't that much of an interest for it. And that's okay. Oh, sure, you will. You'll watch File 2, but I think there was a grand total of like 35, maybe 40 people at most yesterday. Granted, there isn't actually that much more, but I think I'm attributing most of that to the time that I'm actually running this live stream. Because it's got to be pretty early in the morning for Europeans and pretty late for most NA people. I mean, I'm on the West Coast and it's nearly close, and it's close to 10, so. I don't even know how long I'm going to stream tonight. I'll probably do just a short stream this evening, 1 or 2 hours, something like that. And call it an evening. It just depends on how the games go. I'm not really planning on playing some high tier stuff today. I'm just going to be chilling and playing lower tiers. And seeing what happens. Because, frankly, I'm a little fed up with high tiers at the moment. And don't really want to do anything with them. Alright, I would like to find some good music here. I don't really feel like 2 Steps from Hell today. Don't really feel like Vietnam era stuff. Why don't we do some World War II era music? Here we are. Here's a good playlist. Why so late? Because I couldn't sleep, to be totally honest. Alright, let's switch over here. Well, at least it does have one benefit for subs. At least for all you out in Southeast Asia or in Australia or New Zealand, this is actually a pretty decent time for you. Yeah, I kind of feel like playing the P40. I don't know why. This thing is so much fun. This is one of those vehicles I fall back on when I'm just not having a very good day in War Thunder. Like I said, I don't know how long we're going to be playing tonight. I may play 3 or 4 games and be like, I just don't want to, and just not want to play anymore, or I may play 20 games tonight. Just depends on how I'm feeling. So don't expect a particularly long stream. You going to Fleet Week in San Francisco? No, I hadn't planned on it. I didn't even know it was a thing. I don't travel that. I don't generally travel that far. And that's if I'm gonna go to like San Francisco for something like that, that would be like an entire weekend in and of itself. And I'm not sure I want to do that much driving, at least on my own. Turn the music down just a little bit. News from Portland. Cool. Alright, have a good one. M1776 with a lot of other numbers behind it. Oh, they're mumblerized? Welcome in. Alright. For whatever reason or another, I don't have sound in my War Thunder, which is an interesting problem. I'm not totally sure why that is, but okay. Yeah, absolutely no sound. Fantastic. Crockpot and watching DOS boot. Sounds like a good time, right? Yeah, I think what I'm also gonna do is I'll turn off my Epic Thunder sound mod just to be safe. It's like, but here's the weird thing though. It's not like I've been, unless I think I may actually know what the issue is. Ah, that's why. That'll do it. I'd actually muted War Thunder because I got the Warborb glitch last time. Where it's like the sound drivers completely fail or whatever, and then you get like some really loud warborbs. That's the best way to describe it. And it's deafening and not very fun. So it appears that it's come back. War Thunder is changing a bunch of, like, War Thunder changes a bunch of shit every single patch as far as their sound is concerned. It's always a challenge for Point, the guy who makes the sound mod, to keep the thing stable, because it's like here's the pattern. We generally get promised a bunch of improvements coming up for the game. Okay, we wait patiently for those improvements, and they either never come, or whatever improvements they make are overshadowed by about 10 things they broke. Oh, I see him. Cheeky bugger. Come on, get him. I can't tell what I'm shooting at here. One thing's for sure, though, he's spotting us for the rest of his team, so that's not good. Yikes! I'm almost out of APHE. All right, I'm just gonna push forward. Gotcha. He definitely spotted us, and that's not good. Hopefully, we can get to the flank here, though. Nope. Hello. Hi, Cromwell. Fancy meeting you here. Mumberized? I don't play on low graphics, so no. Just out of principle. Have you switched sides yet? Not quite. I'm working on that. Oh, hello. It's gonna back up. Uh-oh. That's a problem. Ow, that's my cannon breach. God damn it. KV2, help me. Help me. Help me. Please, do something. KV2, please do something. Please. Thank you. Oh god! Oh no, that's a Chaffee and something else. Oh, it's a 105 Sherman. That's not good. Oh, this is not an ideal situation. Ow!
Remember what Confucius say?
Okay. If we're wondering why you're not hearing any sounds for either the machine guns or the aircraft engine, that is Epic Thunder Sound Mod at its finest. I have the airplane portion of the sound mod. And while it... Also, I just realized the rocket sights are offset for whatever reason. Okay. I've got cannon sounds for the MG151s, but I don't have cannon sound... Or I don't have machine gun or IAR-81C aircraft sounds in the game, so... Alrighty.
Listen to old Sassy Sally Mason. Confucius say, a boy, a girl, a moon. Just like the wedding bells ring out in the month of June. Old Confucius say, if girl is too sharp. Now that boy never say goodnight, he say goodbye. And your hi-ho, love's a very funny thing. And your hi-ho,
oh boy. Really? He set me on fire from that distance? Gotcha. I got my revenge at the very least. Whee. Alright, I got my revenge. That's something, I suppose. Is it worth it? Just joined? The IAR-81C is actually pretty... I would say is not a bad pickup for the Italians. I wouldn't say that it's the greatest of fighters, but it at the very least gives you a reliable fighter bomber. Like, something that you can carry a bomb with and some rockets that will allow you to do some work in ground battles. And it's not a bad aircraft in its own right in a fight. So... yeah, I'd say that it's worth the money, especially if you can get like a coupon for it somehow. You get like a discount. I would say it's definitely worth picking up. Dates for Epic Thunder being released for 1.81. Well, yeah, I mean, if you join the Epic Thunder Discord server, which you can find on the live.war Thunder site, he posts announcements and updates for it all the time. You just have to keep up with them. Joining his Discord server is the best way to do so. in tech tree or buy a T29 and extra goodies? I would say that if you want something right now, buying a T29 is definitely a better way of spending is definitely a better place to spend your money. I'm not saying the Italians won't be worth it in the future, but right now there isn't much to buy, you know? And that right there is why I carry heat rounds. Also because I've got a lot more penetration, but... Ooh, hello. Somebody right there.
When they met, the way they smiled, I saw that I was through. Oh, crazy moon, what did you
Yeah, somebody hiding over there, and I don't know what it is.
They tried to say that it was just in fun. Oh, you crazy moon, look what you've done.
Whoever it was must have either jumped out or backed off.
Promised me, oh, that it would never
Ah, it's a Sherman. Okay.
be ashamed to
I'll damage the loader.
show your funny face.
Gotta keep moving. He doesn't get a beat on us.
There they are.
However, I did kill his loader, so there is that. Oh. Whirlwind killed him. Without the heat rounds, man, these, Shermans can be a tough nut to crack. It's a good thing that you get these things stock. I mean, of course you do, it's a premium. Playing Liancello? I don't know. So I feel like I want to move on to another vehicle. Yes, got it right before the game ended, too.
The same old hoodoo follows me about. The same old pounding in my heart.
You can get more than that. I mean, as you see, I've gotten a lot more than that, but generally speaking, past about 5k or so, like, I think past like 4 or 5 kills, you don't really earn much more. And if you don't have a premium, then it's even worse. Then you're stuck to about 3k. But because I have a premium account, it goes up to about 5.5. And then like if I got 10 kills this game, odds are I'd probably still have a similar amount of RP, maybe like 7,000 instead of 5,000, you know. Do I have the booster? No. I just run a premium account. I have 165 days left of. When Gaijin's birthday comes around in late October, early November. But oh yeah, that's something else to keep in mind. If you save some cash for the sales at the end of October, early November. Because they always sell premium account, like a year's worth of premium account for half off at the end of October, early November.
Can there be any doubt when there it is, day in, day out?
We'll do that in a bit, Bookworm. It's not a priority, man. Based on the P40. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. It looks a lot like the Scorpion tank. Speaking of CNC Generals, I was just playing that the other day. That was a lot of fun. I hadn't played CNC Generals in quite some time, so always nice to go back and revisit the classics every now and then. I absolutely adored that game. I remember for a long time I had the demo disc and didn't actually have the full game, and I fucking played the shit out of that demo. Ever played Arma? Yeah, I have Arma. I just don't play it very much because, well, I don't really like vanilla Arma all that much, and modded Arma can be a pain in the butt to set up. So, conclusion. I've got a shit ton of mods. Like, that's not the issue. Finding mods is never been the issue for Arma for me. It's just making sure everything works. Getting everything to work and so on, and then actually playing after that. There's no point in me going through all that effort to set everything up if I'm not going to play it. And Arma's not one of those games that you can just play casually. It's one of those things that, if I'm going to play it, I'm going to deep dive into it, you know what I mean? I can't just do things casually, with the exception of War Thunder. War Thunder is one of the few games I can play casually. So, it's a matter of time, and it's a matter of, do I really want to put the effort in for a game that I probably won't play? Playing the game in Cello. This thing is amazing. 24-hour Boy 4 stream win. I've never liked Hearts of Iron. I've never really been a fan of the map strategy games like Victoria or Crusader Kings or any of that. Just never appealed to me. Or Europa Universalis. Like, I have Hearts of Iron 3, and while I enjoy watching some hilarious videos of Hearts of Iron, it's just not really the game for me. Confirmed thing or just speculations of the community? Oh, it's definitely a thing. I encourage anybody to play, even with a premium account, go and play. Go and get more than like 10 kills or whatever in a match, and you'll figure out what I mean. Because for the first 4 or 5 kills, like, you'll get about 1,000 or so, or close to 1,000 RP, maybe like 800 or so, per kill. And then after about 4 or 5 kills, or 2 or 3 caps, like, the amounts that you get per action, like, drops off massively. Like, the game starts curving the RP that you get. So it is definitely a confirmed thing. The developers have never said anything, but it's definitely a confirmed thing. And why would the developers say anything? Why would the developers come out and say, "Oh yeah, we limit how much you put into the battle to slow the grind down"? Yeah, they're never gonna say that. The Italian M26. Well, you're not missing out on much. The problem with the Italian M26 is, well, it's an M26. While it is potentially very powerful, it's not a tank that I would grind with. Put it that way. Free Abrams for everyone. Yeah. That entire situation is just one hell of a shitstorm that, frankly, I'd rather not get involved with. I've got enough on my plate to worry about, let alone crap like that. Hey, Singeli. So the tactics to frustrate you into buying more gene research stuff faster? Oh yeah, to a certain degree. Like I don't have any problem with Gaijin looking for extra revenue streams as long as it's not meant to, as long as it doesn't hurt the players, like to a massive degree. Like it's like I'm okay with repair costs being in the game. I'm not okay with them being overly high for vehicles that really don't deserve it. M1 Abrams is a good example of this. Alright. Come here, bitch. What the fuck was that? Alright. That was a little annoying. He definitely spotted me. Alright, it's a good thing that my teammate was on top of things. Thank you, Sangeli. Oh, that's a T-28. That didn't work. APHE for the win. Crisp Miles, I like it. Oh, appreciate it. That's a little annoying, to say the least. Plane, I would really like it if you would just fuck off while I killed your friend. Gotcha, bitch. Get out of here. I love this tank. You're looking for a low-tier monster. Like, not even specifically just to play the Italians, but just to play and have fun. This is one of the better vehicles to do so. Is it going to do anything for you in the long run, or in the short term? Not really, but when the Italian tanks come out, this is definitely going to be a vehicle I will be playing to grind my Italians. What's this guy doing? Oh, hi! I didn't even fucking see that guy. Alright. Plane, I'd appreciate it if you would go away. Hello, Sturmgeschütz. the shell instead of the N26. Yeah, I wasn't sure about this thing when it came out initially. Like I was looking at it and when they announced it, and I was like, and I was kind of on the fence about it until I tried it, and then I realized, oh, holy shit, this thing is amazing. This thing is a little monster at this tier. Is it the greatest tank of its tier? Nah, not really, but holy crap. You can do some serious damage with this thing. Actually, I'm gonna jump out here. And take care of all those pesky aircraft. What's the name of this song? I don't know. A lineman, well, all right.
I don't know where we're going, but we're going away.
Right.
Come on, Jack, let's get ready to pass. We're gonna hop a trolley car down to Dixieland. The music's talking to you, you know tonight's the night. Well, all right. Dig, 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 well, all right. Chop, 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 well, all right. Hoy, 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 well, all right, well, all right, well, all right, well, all right. The music's talking to you, you know tonight's the night. Oh, well, oh,
109 doesn't get this guy out. I will. All right. It's like, come on, 109. You were on his 6 for how long there? And our team did quite a bit of damage. Looks like there's somebody who has landed at their airfield. Yeah. Although he just disappeared. Not sure what's up with that. Hello there, Tori. Grinding the Italian tree. Yeah, this thing is great. If you're looking for an excellent vehicle to grind your Italian aircraft tree out with, you can't go wrong with this thing. Just turn and burn everybody. I mean, the G55S is also pretty damn good. Question is, does this guy see me? I think he might. Yep, he definitely sees me. You gonna turn with me? No, not quite. But it's not gonna matter anyways. I'm above him, and I'm faster than he is. Just trying to get you to turn. Come on. Gotcha. Right before the game ended, too. Second time I've done that.
Happy birthday to love.
You sound bad. Ain't raspy. Get better soon. Not necessarily raspy. It's just that my throat is dry, and whenever my throat gets dry, I get a lot of phlegm in my throat. So I end up clearing my throat a lot. I apologize. It's just a bad habit that I have. 1 second. Okay. Apologies. Which nations are the best in War Thunder? It depends on what you're looking for. And are you playing tanks or are you playing airplanes? First of all, you need to establish that. If you're predominantly playing tanks, some good starter nations are the USSR, USA, or Germany. If you're playing aircraft, the British, Japanese, Russians are also good starters. Americans are also pretty decent as well. Go watch The Chieftain? Yes, I do. In fact, I was actually just watching his most recent video he put out today. Really quite interesting. I didn't get to really pay attention to all of it, so I'm gonna go back through and watch it again. Maybe this evening before I go to bed. But I'm gonna try that again. It's fun. How much did I actually make out of that game? Oh, 88k. That's actually pretty decent. But you can see, like, I think I got like 8 kills that last game total. Like the 2 planes and the 6 tanks. Do I still have like? You think I still have free repairs for my Leoncello? Only 8 more. The when you get a premium vehicle, you get 30 free repairs. So your first 30 battles you can play for no cost to you, other than ammunition, I believe. I'll play a lot of tank realistic. So yeah, I would highly suggest Soviets, Americans, and Germans as your starting nations. More the Soviets, because the Soviets have the easiest time as far as game mechanics are concerned. Americans are sort of a jack of all trades, master of none. The Germans have a lot of long-range guns, but their armor is pretty poor at the start. The Soviets get a lot of decently armored vehicles, but very punchy guns. So create an air RB for tank RB to grind planes, because at least tank RB matches a tank isn't gonna fly to 10k and run away. Looks like so much easier for half the RP. I suppose. Torpedo kill if it's a naval map. Oh, we can probably do that. I haven't played my G55S in a long time. I think we might have gotten up tiered. Yeah, I'm pretty certain we got up tiered. I think that is a 4 easy. I think this thing, the German T-34, is either a 4.0 or a 4.3. I can't remember. Thunder is the true battle royale. Now, Cuisine Royale is the true battle royale. I could get like a season pass for that game, because they just released their first season, and a big old update for Cuisine Royale, and they also added in a lot of YouTuber voices, including my own. So there is a possibility when you spawn in Cuisine Royale that you will get my voice as your character. It used to be for a bit that for like a short while that you could change like which voice was which, so you could purposely select my voice, but they removed the feature for some reason. I guess it was broken, or there's something about it was bugged. So yeah, if you play Cuisine Royale, you can play as me. Which sounds extremely narcissistic now that I think about it. What the fuck? Okay, for a second there it looked like that guy was just invisible. To get a partnership with Cuisine? Technically, but the thing is that because Gaijin is publishing it, they're willing to offer us anything and everything for Cuisine Royale. So like, our partnership carries over to other games too. Like, I could get a press account for Crossout if I wanted to. I might take them up on their offer for Cuisine. I don't know. It just depends on how much of a demand for that sort of content there is on the channel. I mean, I've got a couple of Australian friends who have really gotten into the game. So, funnily enough, one of those Australian friends is the guy who got me into War Thunder. So, you can thank him. And he has a channel of his own. Not as big as mine, but not small either. I think he's actually closing in on 10K. I think he might also be past that. After this game, I gotta wash my hands. Greasy from dinner. Oh, hello. Ooh. It didn't work. Uh-oh. This isn't gonna... It's not gonna pen. Nope. That's a big old nope. Oh, there goes my track. Horizontal turret drive and gunner. Got the commander. Ow. Oh no! Oh, there's a problem. Oh, god damn it. Heavy ones are tricky to take out with this thing. You're aiming for very small weak points. When will it release on console? As far as I'm aware, the game has been on PS4 and is currently on Xbox in closed beta. It's been on Xbox for only a few months, but it's been on PS4 for several years now. So no, it'd be nobody that you guys would know. It's not Koala or Mags or any of those guys. Gotcha. Oh, hello, double kill. Oh, come on. Really? No kill? I feel vaguely cheated. God damn it. Jeez, somebody's shooting at me. Mic is being kind of weird. Yeah, well, that's because I've got a fan right next to me at full blast. Free GMC at 10.0. Simulation nerd, I don't do challenges. I haven't done them for quite some time now. Where am I going? I'm trying to go back to base, and my base is way over there. God damn it. If I'm gonna play a vehicle, I'm gonna play it at its native battle rating. I don't do challenges, period. Missed the podcast, was it recorded? Yeah, I believe Collusion will have it up on YouTube. Or you can go over to Collusion's channel. Collusion, if you want to, you can plug your channel in here. Since I joined one of your streams, yeah, it's definitely been a while. I remember you, which is a bit of a milestone for me because I don't normally remember people's names. I'm absolutely horrible with them. Schedule will get its head out of the gutter. Vietnam take that soon. Do you think? I think once Gaijin realizes that this request of ours as a community is not going to go away anytime soon. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, sure, Collision, you're good to go. I trust you. But, who's my favorite Primarch? I don't know. My problem is that I'm a fan of I like 40K, but I'm more of a Warhammer Fantasy guy. So I don't know enough of the major characters by name other than the God Emperor, Trump. To really have a favorite Primarch, sorry. Oh god. I made a mistake. Guys, I made a mistake. Okay, alright, we're good. We're good. It's fine, it's awkward, but it's fine. There will be absolutely no problems with this landing whatsoever. Oh god. Except Rogal Dorn is your answer. I'm not exactly. I will say this though. I'm not exactly a huge fan of the Ultra Smurf Marines. I feel like they're. I get the feeling that they're kind of like that. They're kind of like that one Mormon kid. That group of Mormons that you see like walking down the street all the time. It's like goody two shoes, like two goody two shoes for the 40K universe. They seem like way too much of the good guys, and not enough bad guy to really fit in the 40K universe, in my opinion. Same paper vehicles as World of Tanks, but with War Thunder mechanics. I don't think I would. Yeah, I don't see. I guess I don't see why not. Why I wouldn't enjoy the game. The problem is with World of Tanks is that when they put these paper vehicles into the game, they're putting them into the game because they're forcing those vehicles into a niche that many vehicles in the game were not built for, and it shows. It shows in the fact that they constantly have to make ahistorical buffs to the vehicles in order to make them fit into whatever niche they're supposed to. Like they're trying to jam a square piece into a circular hole. Like that's how I can best describe World of Tanks development with those paper vehicles. So like, I honestly think that some of the paper vehicles are cool, but I don't really think that they have a place in War Thunder. Like, I would much rather see real vehicles than paper vehicles. That doesn't mean that I don't like paper vehicles. I think some of the designs are really quite interesting. But I also have a problem with like wargaming pulling vehicles out of thin air or making vehicles up just to fill out a tech tree. You ever play sim battles? I do, but generally speaking, if I'm gonna play with like, if I'm gonna play, like, simulator aircraft, for example, I'll go play IL-2 Sturmovik like I did yesterday. I like sim battles. In fact, I used to play sim battles before Tank RB became what it is now, and they removed sim battles. Fucked. I totally missed that. Alright, there was an enemy aircraft. Where the hell did you go? Oh, well, game's over anyways. Alright, I'll be right back. Okay. Alright. Bye, Beppis. Box with the gun sit box? Just for you, Buckworm, we'll look at the M50 Ontos. Okay. Honestly, I don't, like, yeah, it's a bug, but I honestly don't see why this is that big of a deal. I mean, they did change the grenades. Which is kind of strange, but whatever. Right. Alright. Dog 2, was that any War Thunder where you hate it or love it? I don't know. It depends on its battle rating. If it's at like a 3.3 or something like that, I think it'll be just fine. But if it ends up at like 4.7 or whatever, I wouldn't be able to justify getting it. The vehicle over and over and over again. Well, it's also worth pointing out that you don't have, like, in order to grind... If I'm playing the Japanese tech tree and I'm trying to get the Cheeto late, I don't need to play the Cheeto in order to get to the Cheeto late. I can play the Natto in order to get the Cheeto late. Granted, I'll get a bonus for playing the Cheeto, but I don't have to. I think that right there is a massive improvement. And I also think the way that they have the tier system in War Thunder set up is vastly superior to World of Tanks. Because with World of Tanks, if you want to add one or two vehicles in, you have to build an entire tech tree leading up to that vehicle in some way or another. You can't just drop a vehicle in without it being premium, or it becomes very difficult to do so. And there are plenty of vehicles that are in World of Tanks that are completely overpowered in a down tier, but are totally worthless in an up tier. And while you do have that in War Thunder with some vehicles, they're not as common. Well, Cole Ramsey, it's also worth noting that's only an issue at the very top tiers. At like tiers 1 to 4, I would say, you can get it within about 10-20 battles at the most. Especially at like tier 1 and 2, like you can get it within like 2 or 3 battles. It's not a problem at lower tiers. It's only a problem at the upper tiers of the game. So. Alright, let's see. Be glad I quit World of Tanks for War Thunder. I would say that every World of Tanks player should give War Thunder a serious try. But I would also argue that to understand how good we actually have it here, War Thunder players should try World of Tanks. I used to play World of Tanks back in the day, and I hated it. Like, I could never wrap my head around the mechanics. Like, I could understand them basically, on like a basic level, but not on a good enough level to be decent at the game. I was also much younger then, so I didn't quite understand how a lot of stuff worked. For example, I was trying to angle my armor in a Panzer III. I knew, like, angling my armor would help, but but there are certain vehicles that it just doesn't help with, especially in World of Tanks with the way the penetration mechanics work. And I realized I have the torpedo strapped to me. Amazing. That's okay, I'll just ditch it when I get the chance. Finding the controls awful. Oh yeah. Yeah, the controls also felt pretty awkward for me as well. Like pressing shift to zoom in just didn't feel right to me. Torpedo bomber. Much easier said than done. Hate the HP system. Yeah, the HP system also kind of rubbed me the wrong way as well. It just wasn't really my thing. And that was at the point in my life where I started to realize that I wasn't actually all that into the arcadey stuff. Like, that was about the time when I started to think to myself that I didn't really like Call of Duty anymore. Like, because many of us played Call of Duty a ton back in the day. Like, the early Call of Duty games were the shit. Like, Call of Duty 4 was so much fun, and then after, like, Modern Warfare 2, I kind of started to realize that it just wasn't the game for me anymore. It was like, it was imbalanced, it was toxic, it was broken. I didn't like that type of game anymore. I should probably be climbing, shouldn't I? Ditch that torpedo. I don't need that long dong. That torpedo is a strong, independent torpedo. Don't need no plane in its life. Poof. Nickel thing to... Well, my issue... My biggest issue with World of Tanks was the spotting system. I hated that system. Like, I could deal with the health bars, I could deal with the arcade aiming mechanics and so on. I couldn't get over the ridiculous spotting system. And the fact that if you were playing on anything but a maxed out crew with, like, a few specific perks, playing the game without those perks and a maxed crew is ridiculous. It wasn't worth it. Do some step climbing. Really? Is there really? Wow, there is a P-47. How is he attacking AA, though? He's not attacking our airfield. Be attacking it around Bastogne, so like over here somewhere. B-25. There he is. The alpaca lips, huh? And he did. Hopefully the 109s bring these guys down. That's gotta be another. Oh man, that guy is so Dunsky. That Spitfire is making me nervous. I'm not a particular fan of Well, that's different. I don't recall them doing this. I think by getting involved in this, I'm just accelerating my death, but I really want to help out this G55. I don't think either of these guys realize I'm coming in. Save that G55. God, I love the mining Geshafts. Alright, where's the G55? Okay, he's over there. Good. However, that Spitfire is making me nervous. Diving on us? Oh yeah, he's diving on me. Oh, hello. He's got all the energy, though. I have none of it. And then we have this F6F coming in. Uh-oh. I got him. Oh god. Oh, that's a problem. I lost a landing gear. Jesus Christ. And there goes my other landing gear. Oh, this is not good. This is not good. Ah, he got me. That's okay. I got 3 kills. I'll take it. I thought C stood for cool math games. How do I feel about the whole parts and FPE thing? I mean, I'd like to see that changed as much as anybody else, but I think the bigger problem here is the RP cap. We facing ground forces. I think that's the bigger issue. Remove that, and I'll be a happy camper. I don't feel so good, Mr. Hitler. Yeah. Noise on my mic? It's my fan. I have a fan blowing in my face. Actually, you know what I can do? Turn that off, and I'm gonna go turn on my AC. Give me a minute. There we go. Hopefully my AC should kick in here. Tester patches when you hit a plane, it's very likely to flat spin. I think that's more a product of tail controls being much more vulnerable now ever since the cannon buff. People disappear with a snap of their fingers. This is true. Funnily enough, I'm actually reading a book called the Gulag Archipelago by what's the author's name? Solzhenitsyn? Let's see, what was his first name? Yeah, it doesn't say his name. Yeah, I think it's Alexander. But yeah, Solzhenitsyn. And it's him basically documenting his experience under the Soviet Soviet system, and him being sent from prison to prison, and his experiences under that in those in the gulags and in like the Lubyanka and so on. It's a pretty terrifying story, honestly. And it just goes to show the ridiculousness of that regime. When invading Germany before Hitler did. I mean, it was no surprise that the two systems were polar opposites of each other and did not like each other. I know there's a claim that like Germany was justified because there was like a preemptive strike planned, but I don't think that there was enough evidence to support that. All right, have a good one, Collusion. Hope your mother's okay. Tick History actually had a great video on like the whole like first strike theory. The G55 worth it? Yeah, it's pretty good. I think what makes the G55 good is not necessarily that it's not very fast. Like there are plenty of aircraft that are faster than this thing in a straight line. It's not even that it turns all that well, because it doesn't really. Like Spitfires will outturn you all day long, but you can outturn like F6Fs and so on. What really makes this thing great is the guns, because you get 3 20mm MG151s with plenty of ammo. And with the air targets belt, you just get a bunch of mining Geschoss shells, and you only need 2 or 3 hits to take down an enemy aircraft. And anybody going heads up with you with this plane you're just gonna wreck them. It doesn't matter how many 50 cals they got. You only need 2 or 3 hits with these 20 mils, or maybe even 1 good hit, and you'll blow them out of the sky. So, yeah. These are humans too? Well, the fact of the matter is that they are all humans. The difference is that humans are capable of some incredibly terrifying things. I also recently read a book, or finished reading a book, called Ordinary Men, which documents the men of Reserve Police Battalion 101, they were sent into Poland it's a German police unit. These guys are all like middle-aged men who had grown up before Hitler had come to power. And it documents their transition from just normal, ordinary police officers into mass murderers who take pregnant, naked women out into fields and shoot them. It's a documenting of their transformation into that. And the author does an analysis of this police battalion and determines that of all of the killers of the Holocaust, they were probably the least qualified people to carry that sort of thing out, yet they did it anyway. And if you ever end up reading it, read it from the perspective of you as one of the members of the police battalion. If you read it from that perspective, it's a pretty shocking book. And it's pretty horrifying. Anyways, what else do we want to do? I haven't played my Chi-Ri in a while. What's the name of it, by any chance? Ordinary Men. I highly recommend everybody read Ordinary Men. There's another book out there that has like a conflicting theory, and I think that's called Hitler's Willing Executioners. I've recommended it in the past, but after having read Ordinary Men, like the author of Ordinary Men and the author of Hitler's Willing Executioners disagree on a lot of things, and the guy who wrote Hitler's Willing Executioners basically made the claim that like all Germans were anti-Jewish, and like it was an inherent anti-Semitic feeling in Germany that had just like materialized, basically, or that had been hiding under the surface in Germany for decades and decades and decades. But Ordinary Men talks about the idea of the fact that these are just normal people that through a number of very complex factors slowly transition into killers. And it talks about how literally anybody can become a killer. And an ebook, I recommend, if you can, get an ebook or like an audio book. An audiobook is I've recently found that I really enjoy audiobooks because I do a lot of driving, so it's great for my commutes. Angelo Barker. Well, I mean, if it's got incorrect penetration values, then go report it on the forums. I couldn't be a killer. I like people. I mean, I like to think that I wouldn't be one either, but the statistics, statistically speaking, people aren't heroic and people aren't brave. Like, if you really think about it, 9 out of 10 of us in this chat would probably end up taking part in the Holocaust if we were in the same situation. In some way or another. Like, less than 20% of us would end up, like, not taking part. And even tinier percentage of that would rebel. What do you think of the inaccuracies of the Liancello's ammo? They haven't fixed it yet? Well, if they haven't fixed it yet, and it's already been reported, then all we can do is wait. Why are you scratching my paint, bro? Why you bully me? Gotcha. Trying to avoid ramming this guy. I'm just gonna hope that there's nobody there on my left flank. There definitely was somebody there. God damn it. I had a feeling there was gonna be somebody there, and I chose not to look there. Alrighty. Hello. Yeah, that was the guy who killed me. That's a lot of enemy aircraft in the air. Alright, let's try this one more time. Oh no! Oh fuck! And it's the same fucking guy! God damn it! Ugh! I fucking get. God damn it! Oh, take a risk. Sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't. It looks like somebody killed him right after I did. Like, fuck you! I don't actually wish anything bad upon him. I gave him a kill, basically, twice. He gave me a kill at least once. I think I may have killed him first, actually. We're kind of even. What I was really hoping to do is get over here, because I thought there was somebody to flank. Looks like they killed him again. He's died 4 fucking times. That's the new SP system working. Okay, why is this guy on fire? Is it of artillery? Oh, IS-2. That's definitely not artillery. Oh. There was an IS-2 lurking behind him. Oh, Jesus. I didn't fucking... Shit. Oh, shit. He's right there in the corner. God damn it. I fired, but because of my ping, I didn't get the shot. Yeah, see, look, the round went into this turret ring. Did you see that? There was a hole in his turret ring where the round hit him, but because of fucking ping, because of my 180 ping, fucked me. God damn it. 5 BR levels for some tanks. Well, the reason they chose the system they did was because it gave them more BRs. I mean, I don't have a problem. My problem is that if you add more BR brackets within the current ones that we have, what does that ultimately achieve? Well, at the current moment, it only spreads out the player base. And while it does technically decompress the battle ratings a little bit, I don't think there's enough of a player base to support such a thing. So no, I don't think so. Also, the whole, like, lower the BR spread to, like, 0.7 or whatever doesn't really... It doesn't actually fix the problems we have with it. And ultimately, I don't think decompression is going to fix everything. It will help in some ways, but I don't think it will fix everything. I played the Stuka G2 a long time ago. I'm gonna take the Tiger out of my lineup after this battle. See if I can't get some down tiers with this thing. The Chi-Ri is such a meme. The reload on this thing is ridiculous. Like if Gaijin added Swedish tech tree. There's not enough vehicles for Sweden to add a full tech tree. I don't have a problem with them adding vehicles the game, which they've said before that they have plans for Swedish vehicles, but I don't think there's enough there for a full Swedish tech tree. There just isn't enough. Especially for longevity terms. Like, it's like, yeah, such and such a vehicle may have existed, but where's all the, like, what's the gun depression? Like, what is the ammo storage layout? What are the specific rates of fire? What's its engine horsepower? There's a lot more there than just saying, here's a cool vehicle, Gaijin, you should add it. It's doubly so in the case of Gaijin because they've got to model the interiors of these vehicles somewhat accurately. So... Are you serious? There we go. Can't go through the side armor, but I can go through the turret for whatever reason. Ah! I saw the gunfire. And that was it. Oh well, at least I get another spawn. Which I wouldn't beforehand. Automatic being in the Italian tech tree? I'd love to see it. The automatic would be really freaking cool. Yeah, Angelo, I saw it. It's on the development of the German Panzerarm for the World War II channel. I didn't realize that the Chieftain was part of that. And if I really wanted to, I could get in contact with Indy Nidell for the World War II channel. The problem is the question there is, what would I do? I don't really... As interested as I am in this sort of thing, I don't really possess anything that they can't already get from somewhere else, from somebody else who does a better job of it. I may just be selling myself short on that, but... Yeah, I don't see myself participating in a project of that scale and complexity. At least, not out of coincidence. But with the visuals? I don't know enough in terms of animation. With, like, for example, I have After Effects, but I don't know enough about how to work After Effects in order to take advantage of it. And I actually do pay for my editing software. I have like a backup copy of what's it? Oh. All right, I have a backup copy of here we are. What? Of Sony Vegas? I have a backup copy of Sony Vegas that I can use in case, for whatever reason, I stop using Adobe Premiere, but I don't plan to anytime soon. Because I really like Premiere. I've also actually been trained on Premiere. I used to use Sony Vegas, but I had a really bad experience with it back in the day. The other thing that really sucks about Premiere is that you have to pay monthly for it, or you have to pay like one substantial yearly fee. Which really fucking sucks. Like, if there was like, even if it was like $500 or $600, like if there was like a one-time payment that I could do that I would just be able to get that version of Premiere forever, I would fucking pay it. Like, it'd be so much, it would be worth so much more to me that way than it would be otherwise. But there'll be a bunch of assholes, so, well, they force everybody to pay money for it. And honestly, I don't feel, I don't really like going the illegal crack, like getting a crack for it or whatever. Because you never know with those programs. Like, there could be all sorts of crazy-ass viruses that come with those things. I used to do that a lot back in the day, and I nearly killed my PC once doing it, and I decided after that I was going to be doing that I was not going to be doing that for a while. I learned my lesson there. I put a lot. I've put way too much money into this PC in order to make that mistake. It's not worth it. It's not worth that much to me. And like I said, if I really need to, I can. And I need to, and I end up not paying for Adobe Premiere anymore. Then I will. Oh, hello. Oh. Damn it. Somebody over there, too. Yeah, you see him up there? Gotcha. Really? Really? Looks like Jumbo 76 took care of the T-34 on my flank. Hello, little SPAA. The fuck does this guy run off to? What if I'm going up here? don't see how he could have gotten that far. I don't know, maybe it was an M16? Or something like that? Who are we facing? What could possibly have had that many guns on it? Whirlwind? Not expect a Whirlwind to be that quick. Okay, I have no idea where that SPAA vehicle went. Maybe he jumped out or something? I don't know. Whew. I don't think so, my friend. Yeah, whoever was in here has left quite some time ago. Oh, that's probably where he went. He went to B. Jesus, whoever he is, he's moving fast. Oh well, game's over anyways. So you get some sleep. See you next vid. Alright, have a good one, Slavian. I just earned the winter camouflage for this vehicle. There we go.
Your kiss was a real inspiration to greater things. My dreams, I'm so thankful and grateful to say.
I also want to play
I owe it all
the Frenchies.
to
Play my good old 4A1. We give Italy tigers or panthers or something, or anything dumb like that. I mean, I don't recall the Italians operating any panthers. Maybe they might have operated a couple tigers, but I don't think so either. The Cheery 2 does exist, Angelo Barker. There are pictures of it. What's an FP? Should come with a newly bought tank. Maybe you have to buy with silver, but no XP. I mean, I don't have a yeah, I'd like to see it come. I'd like to see that a capability or something similar to that come with the tank. Like for example, being able to repair like normal, but it takes a lot longer to repair without parts. And you can put out the fire once, or something like that. Like, make sure that you're not totally fucked if you get set on fire. I think something like that would make sense. I remember the first few days after the Heavy Tank number 6 came out, and like all the Tiger players were like getting really salty about the Japanese getting Tigers. It's so funny. I can't remember if they removed this particular map from the top tier map rotation, because I haven't seen it in a while. I think it might still be there, but I haven't seen it. Oh wow, I'm down tiered. Nice meme. I really hope I can do something decent this game. So I should be able to absolutely ruffle stomp anything that the enemy can bring. Especially at this battle rating. And I should have a faster reload than most of them, too. I think some of the early Shermans can beat me. Like the 75s can beat me. But outside of that, I don't think many of them can. Nope. This is not gonna work. What are these hitboxes? I'm so... This is annoying, to say the very least. Oh, for fuck's sake. Gotcha. I was very lucky he bounced off my upper front plate. He's down. Whew. Hello. Shit. Is that a jumbo or is that 76? I think it's a 76. No, it's an M36, I believe. Well, he definitely got the better of me of that one. That engagement. Shit. Take me almost a minute to repair. He definitely came off the better in that engagement. Not good for me. That 76 can easily punch through me. He is open top though, so maybe I can do something with the artillery. You sound mod? Yes, I am using Epic Thunder. Okay, I'm repaired. Hopefully this will allow me to move up. Oh, I got him with the artillery. Yes! Nice meme. Alright, that's what I'm talking about. Open top vehicles can really suck sometimes. There's a Sherman over there. I don't know if you guys saw him. He's right there. He was right there, and then he moved. Yeah, somebody just spotted him on the map. He's definitely moving. Oh, unless somebody killed him. I think somebody just killed him. Either that or set him on fire. Yeah, he's dead now. AMX-13 got him. Nice. Well done. AMX-13 DCA-40 got him. Damn it. I really hate the fact that the tanks in War Thunder get caught on the tiniest of things. It's like you'd think if I got caught on a piece of sheet metal like that I'd be able to bend it out of the way, you know? Darn it. Alright, Super Sherman. Let's go. Alright, well, I have an idea of where he is now. I hit him and I just looked at the map. He's right here. I know you guys can't see my mini-map. Oh, there he is. You what? What was that? Why the fuck was my gun fucking pointing at his goddamn tracks? Are you shitting me right now, game? Come on. That was baloney. That was complete baloney. Fucking hate shooting through walls, man. M50 and M51. Well, this is an M50. It's just in French service. The very first M50s were this tank. Alright, well, they got the M10 that killed me. There's one hell of a delay if you guys are only getting that message now. Like, that's at least a 15-second delay, I think. Then again, it could also just be a normal 10-second delay. But this is an M50. Just on the M4A4 chassis. Rather than the M4A1 chassis. Or, like, was it the M4A1 or the M4A3 chassis? I can't remember. But the very first ones were this. Effetto pronto? Or the effetto pronto speciale? Are we talking about the heat rounds that they engineered incorrectly and worked like Hesh rounds? Outside of that, I don't know much. Outside of that, I don't really know anything about them, no. Like the story, as I've heard it, the story goes that the Italians were looking to copy the German high-explosive anti-tank rounds. And when they went about doing it, they engineered it backwards or something like that, or engineered it wrong. It didn't work so much like a. It didn't work so much like one of those as it did. What are you doing? Okay. It didn't work so much like a heat round. It worked like a Hesh round. So. You look like this tank. Well, the M51 has the 105mm gun with the crazy-ass muzzle brake on the end. The M50 is this tank. It just had, the later versions just had a different hull. Alright, have a good one, Master Blast. Oh, God. So many planes up. I want to jump out and help out with this air problem, but I really don't want to give the kill. Oh wait, all right. Now I can give the. Now I can jump out and not give the kill to that guy. I think I'll forego the weapons for the aircraft weapons on this one. Did you learn something new every day? Yeah, there were two versions. There was the M50 and the M51. The M51 is kind of the really famous Super Sherman, but the M50 was the tank that we have in game. That was just the Israeli designation of it. Oh. Well, that wasn't exactly what I intended to do, but... I suppose. Making it more effective when they realized what they did, they made it better by increasing the HE filler massively. Huh. French 105. And as far as I'm aware, the 105mm gun that they slapped onto the M51 is actually a cut down is actually the same 105mm gun used on the AMX 30, but cut down in length. So it's a shorter barrel, but it only fires high explosive anti-tank. It doesn't fire any armor piercing, unfortunately, which is pretty disappointing. Oh, I wanted to shoot at him with the 20 mil. Crap.
And perhaps I'd deserve you and be even worthier of you if I only had a brain. And next we hear the sad story of...
Can you change the M48A2G2 being 7.7 in the near future? I have no idea, man. I'd like to hope something like that would occur, but I'm not holding my breath.
Just because I'm presuming that I could be kind of human if I only had a heart. I'd be tender, I'd be gentle, and awful sentimental regarding love and art.
Never seen Hebrew before. I'm from Israel. I've got half my family is Jewish, so I've seen quite a bit of Hebrew. I don't read it and I don't speak it, unfortunately, but half my family is Jewish, so I've got some experience with Hebrew. I just don't read it. So welcome.
I'm afraid there's no denying I'm just a dandelion, a fate I don't deserve. But I could show my prowess, be a lion, not a mouse, if I only had the nerve.
Are you any tips on grinding the warrior? I'm doing well. Tonight's actually been a pretty decent night. I've actually had some fun tonight. As far as grinding the warrior, play something you enjoy. That's my best advice that I can give you. Play something in the UK texture that you really enjoy playing. Or the gun jamming rates with autoloader tanks like the AMX50 series? As far as I'm aware, not actually that much. The entire reason for having a... Here, I'll pull up the AMX50 for bias here. The entire reason to have an oscillating turret is because back in the day, if you put an autoloader into a tank like the AMX30, you would have problems because an autoloader requires the gun to be in the same exact position every single time in order to load it correct, in order to ensure reliable loading and not screw it up. So the idea with the oscillating turret design is that with the two halves of the oscillating turret, you can have the autoloader always be in line with the gun. And this vastly increases the reliability of the autoloader. Now granted, is it perfect? No. The problem with it, there's a couple of problems with the oscillating turret design, which are the main reasons why you don't see oscillating turrets on tanks today. The number one reason is that they are impossible to completely seal up from chemical and radiation, or from chemical attacks and radiation. You can't properly seal that turret. There's just no way to do so. That's the number one reason. The other reason is that you can't armor them very well. They don't lend themselves to great armor protection. And if you want a vehicle that's heavily armored with an oscillating turret, you've got to make a fairly massive turret, and at that point, the weight savings are just simply not worth it. Or at that point, the weight is so much that that it becomes impractical. And that was part of the reason why another reason why the French nixed the project. You still see plenty of AMX-13s running around because the AMX-13 is designed to be a light tank in the first place, so armor protection is not really something to consider. You're not worried about armor protection on a light tank because, well, it's not designed to have armor. And especially with the AMX-13, the reason why it has that 13 designation is because that was the proposed weight limit of the vehicle when it was originally developed. Now with this more powerful 75mm gun and the FL10 turret, the AMX-13 did go up in weight, and as they added more powerful guns to it, i.e. the 90mm gun, and then later on a 105mm gun, the weight went up even further. But at that point, people weren't using this thing as like an airborne, easily air transportable tank. They were mostly using it as an extremely powerful scout vehicle. And a lot of nations still use these things. I believe Singapore has a really modernized version that actually has an unmanned turret. It's either Singapore or some other Southeast Asian country. It's an AMX-13 with a 105mm gun. It has like this super cool looking, heavily modernized turret on it. It's really quite interesting. So the gun jamming rates weren't too bad with many of these autoloaders. They started to, but again, the main issues with these vehicles is that You can't seal them properly in a hostile environment, in an irradiated environment, or in an environment suffering a chemical attack. So like nerve gas and stuff like that can seep into the vehicle, which is not good. But you can't armor them very well, and a third problem with them is because you have like this big old overhang on the back of the turret, your elevation is drastic. Your elevation and depression angles are reduced. You can only elevate the tank's gun so much before this rear end goes down and hits the back of the or hits the hull of the turret, or hits the top of the hull. So. So that's why you don't see them running around today. Of course, there are many ways of storing the ammunition. So, like in the case of the AMX-15 sur Basset, they have basically a rack of ammunition that feeds rounds onto a tray and that gets rammed forward into the breech. And that's the way this one works. Whereas with the AMX-13, what you have are the two revolving drums of ammunition, which are loaded from the top externally. So you have to like get out of the vehicle and load shells into these hatches. And what you do is every time you fire, the commander or the gunner turns a hand crank, which rotates the cylinder and drops around onto the tray, which gets rammed forward by the autoloader into the gun. That's one way of doing it. The other way... Let's see. The other way is one of the ways that the Americans did it. By doing this. So you have a drum of ammunition. You have a revolving drum directly behind the cannon breech, and the idea is that when you need to load a round, you basically, the drum rotates into position, and then a hydraulic rammer shoves the round and the bag charged for it into the breech, which then closes and the gun fires. And this was the autoloader developed for the T-58 heavy tank. This bad boy. Imagine an M103 hull with this turret on it mounting a 155mm gun with an autoloader that will do 23 rounds per minute. If you guys do the math, that's like a 2.3 second reload, or 2.6 second reload. So yeah, imagine this thing having 6 rounds, being able to unload 6 rounds with a 2.6 second reload in between them. That's insane. And we're still... Here's the problem, though. We're still not sure if this thing was ever actually built. We know that there were plans... We know that, like, several turrets were ordered and so on. But all we have for sure on the T-58 is this picture. This is it. That's all we have. We don't know if this is a mock-up. We don't know if this is an actual finished vehicle, and if so, like, what are the measurements for it? Like, there's so much... They can't just drop this into War Thunder right now. As much as I would love to see it, they can't just drop it into War Thunder, because, frankly, we don't know enough about it. So, yeah. Apparently this thing was also in World of Tanks, but it was supposed to be, like, the Tier 10... autoloading tank destroyer or whatever for the US line. They called it a tank destroyer. This World of Tanks being World of Tanks, but they couldn't balance it. It just had such high burst damage that it would just raffle stop everything. You know, thank you for the $1.
Here, have a gold coin.
So yeah, it never made it into the finished game, World of Tanks. Anyways, we'll probably play a couple more games and then I'm going to call it for the evenings since it's midnight. Like I said, wasn't going to be that long of a stream. What do I want to play? Got a tier 2. Ooh. I haven't played this thing in a while. T18E2 is probably one of the... This thing is up there with the Pack Wagon in terms of how good it is. Feeling this like bird whistle. There we go. Track / Armored Cars AA that the Warble copied? I don't know. I generally don't do SPAA simply because there's generally speaking not enough of a substantial difference in actual role, like in gameplay, to make it worth the effort. They're all kind of designed to do one thing. That's destroy enemy aircraft. Alright, have a good one, DeJordy.
When twilight has gone and the world slumbers on, I'm building a boat of dreams. Each star up above.
Are you listening to like big band playlist you found or made? I didn't make this playlist. Just type in songs of the World War II era and then look for the one by American Patriot, the third. Like songs of World War II era, 1939 to 1945, and it's got a bunch of pictures of vinyl labels on them, like on like the records, like they've got that label in the center. It's a bunch of pictures of those. That's the one I'm listening to. It's actually quite nice. I find it to be quite calming. American buys. Did somebody say America? Yeah, I like it too. It's nice. It's nice music to just chill out to. I used to play it a lot more in my streams. Now I don't. I get the feeling I should do that more. I haven't played on this map in quite some time. Gun took a shot at me. Oh god. I saw him right at the last second there. Dang it. Good spot on his part. Good spot. I can't really fault him for that. I kind of gave away my position by taking a shot at that Panzer IV when I really shouldn't have. Alright. I haven't played this thing in a while. See how things go. Alright, how am I going, Admiral? Unless you're too high and stressed out? Yeah, same here. I've been taking a serious break from content creation and just playing the game and not trying to worry about making videos out of them. I found that I'm not enjoying the game while I make videos right now, so hence my absence. So, going back low tiers, just chilling out. Wonder if they ever took care of that Panzer IV or that Panzer IV-G that I took a shot at. Oh, never mind. There he is. Speak of the devil. Remember me, friend? I remember you. Hello. Oh god. Really? He hit that with the first round. Damn. Alright. Yeah. So we've got a guy over here, and we've got at least one guy down here, although he might have died. I'm not holding on to that hope, though. Really? God damn it. Of course he fucking pops up there as soon as I look away. try this. If the M4A5 had the APHE shells that the T18 did, holy shit, that thing would be overpowered as hell. The fact that it only has solid shot is pretty disappointing considering how many times you have to shoot somebody with that fucking thing. I want to emphasize the M4A5 is not a bad tank, not by any means. You just have to shoot somebody a lot in order to, or hit ammunition in order to get kills quickly. And you're really dependent on how quickly you can reload that 57mm. Whereas generally speaking, I'd rather have that same 57mm with that reload, but with a high explosive filler in it, so I can knock people out much faster and more consistently. Have you played the Batchat 25T? Yeah, I played it a couple of games. I haven't played very much of it, though. So far, I've had some pretty decent impressions of it. Oh, come on, really? Oh, okay. And then I just got the wubs. And that's the bug that you get when the sound drives fail. Now I gotta mute the game. That is the downside of playing with a sound mod. Occasionally you get that. Oh, hello. Shit. Did he jump down? Oh, he did. God damn it. Oh no! Oh shit, I didn't fucking see this guy. I am blind. He's gonna get another shot on me before I can turn the turret around. Yeah, and then the guy up on the hill got me. Damn it, team. M4A5. There's a much greater chance of punching through that Sturmgeschütz 3G than with a 75. What sound mod am I using? I'm using Epic Thunder sound mod. It's a great mod, except when the game does that to you, because Gaijin still can't fucking figure out how to get their mods to work, or how to not break their own goddamn modding community. That's not, that claim isn't true, it's just that it's really frustrating when they have a tendency to kind of reset mod progress with every patch. There we go. So it came out. Oh, come on. Fucking serious? Fuck you. Oh, come on, really? 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 It fucking bounces off the goddamn... He got me. Same fucking dude, too. God damn it. My one round that I fire bounces off the bottom of his goddamn tank. Ugh, that's annoying. He's on top of the goddamn mountain. How is it that nobody else has fucking noticed him? Oh, that's really annoying. Good morning, okay? Morning for the Czech Republic. Well, welcome to Miles Raging 101. This is nobody else but you. Well, that's right. It's 1 versus 31. Forgot. Oh, hello. Crap, how is this guy still alive? Oh, he's going in. Oh, never mind, he was already dead. Would somebody just end this guy, please? Thank you. Finally, somebody got him. Well, at least that got him. Would have hoped. I was kind of hoping that the HVARs would get him, but oh well. Hello, is that a flock bus? Indeed, it is. Gotcha. Although I don't think we're gonna win this. We lost too many people to those tanks up on the ridge, and there's too many of us in the air. Quite frankly. Yeah, there's not enough time left. Ah, that's frustrating. Considering what I did for the team in this game. I died a lot, but a lot more than I would have preferred to. But I did what I could. Darn. I did a significant amount of damage to him, but that's not really a good trade. Maybe our team can pull this out. We cap all the points. Maybe we can turn this around. Welcome back, Illusion. Hope your mother is doing okay. Yeah, looks like we're actually going to pull this one out. I'm honestly surprised. I like how I got third place. Come back from all the team. Yeah, definitely. Credit where credit is due. I did not think our team was going to be able to pull that one out. Well done. Well done to all those guys who jumped out of their planes or so on and respawned and made that last push. Well, I think I'm actually going to end the stream on that note, because I think it was a pretty positive stream, so I want to keep it there. And good morning, Pixie. So, thank you guys all for joining me this evening, and thank you guys for your patience as always. And hopefully today I will put out a video. So, you guys have a good one, and I'll talk to you all later.